We welcome you to Monterrey, Mexico for the Mexico Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres, the first of three of this Mexico Series from Estadio de Baseball Monterrey. Christian Villanueva in his home country is from Guadalajara, but the fans here love him as he's back in his home country for this three-game series. And we welcome you to Estadio de Baseball Monterrey. Crowd is fired up as they have been for hours. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Ursillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, this is a lot of fun. Major League Baseball promoting Major League Baseball here in Mexico, and it's more of a party than it is a baseball game.
Everybody is so excited. For the people at the hotel that greeted us last night, there were tons of people here even before the gates open. They are ready for some baseball, and like you said, Don, hopefully it's a good baseball game. The crowd is going to like it. They're going to have some fun, not only in the stands, but also watching some good baseball, hopefully on the field.
Well, the Rookie of the Month in the National League, of course, Christian Villanueva, and he's back home in Mexico.
And you know what? The one thing for Christian Villanueva this season should be try not to do too much. He's got family, he's got friends here. He's back in his native land. And the one thing, because he was National League Rookie of the Month, he hit the home run. The fastball is really hard to get by. He likes to pull the baseball. He likes the ball down the middle of the plate. He likes the ball down. He tries to use the whole field. Let's see what the pitchers for the Dodgers have to do tonight against Christian Villanueva.
Now, tonight's starter for the Padres, Joey Lucchese's been very effective so far in his Major League career.
Well, the one thing about Joey Lucchese is that he just attacks the zone, and he is not afraid. There's a phrase in baseball where they say, you know, a kid's not scared off. Joey Lucchese, whenever he touched the mound his first time in the big leagues, he went right after the hitters. He likes to pitch up in the zone, and then he's got that curve that he'll throw any time. The changeup curve, he'll get hitters way out in front. If he can spot the fastball and keep these Dodgers off balance, he should do okay tonight here in Monterrey. It'll be interesting to also see how the ball travels tonight.
He'll be matched up against Walker Buehler.
Walker Buehler, the #1 prospect for the Dodgers. This guy's a big arm. 97, 98, great secondary pitches as well. The curveball and the slider, very occasional, not a lot, but a two-seam fastball and a changeup. But he's a guy that the Dodgers are banking on. They've had some injuries. He needs to put together some good outings.
Coming up, it's truly become a global game. We'll hear from Andy Green on how the game has gone global. Bob Scanlon will join us next from Monterrey, Mexico.
series. Grand slam home run by Greg Vaughn.
It was Padres and Mets in '96, Padres and Rockies in '98, and now in 2018, Padres and Dodgers return to Monterey for baseball. The excitement is here, the energy is here. These fans are so happy to have Major League Baseball. 27,000 strong. It's a packed house tonight, and the Padres and Dodgers are both very proud to be here. In fact, here's what Andy Green had to say about not just bringing baseball to Mexico, but also Christian Villanueva.
This is the best game on the planet, and to come down here and to see the love and the passion they have for the game of baseball, it's fun for us to bring MLB baseball down here. And as Padres, to bring a guy like Christian Villanueva down here to watch one of the best young rookies in the game play, and to bring him to his home country and give him that opportunity, I think there'll be a lot of Padre fans here tonight.
A big roar from the crowd as Fernando Valenzuela threw out the first pitch to Christian Villanueva. We're getting ready to play baseball beyond the border. Padres and Dodgers will start things off. Game one of a three-game set. Joey Lucchese going up against Walker Buehler. Padres, Dodgers in Monterey. Coming up next, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
Tonight, the game goes international as the Padres return to Mexico to take on the Dodgers. Rookie sensation Christian Villanueva returns to his homeland, aiming to power the Pods to victory. The Mexico series from Monterey begins now. Well, I welcome you back to Monterey, and very fortunate after what the weather forecast was here. It's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny Honda dealers of San Diego County. Temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Northwest breeze at 2 miles per hour. And of course, there is a chance for rain. There was a very large chance for rain for most of the day, but pretty fortunate here right now as we get underway here, precipitation free. Joey Lucchese ready to work here to Chris Taylor, the new everyday shortstop for the Dodgers. And the first pitch of the Mexico series from Monterey is going to miss for ball one, and we're underway. This festive crowd has been here for hours outside, entered about an hour and a half ago inside, and it is festive.
I'm excited. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Chris Taylor, of course, now the shortstop with Corey Seager on the DL for the year and looking at Tommy John surgery.
That is a big blow for the Dodgers, not only offensively, but what he does defensively. Just a huge void. And I think the thing for Chris Taylor is just, go out and play his best game. Try not to beat Corey Seager. There's no way he can do that. I think he'll do just fine at shortstop for the Dodgers.
2-0 pitch will miss, and Lucchesi falls behind here, 3-0. Well, the Dodgers coming into this series 14-17, 7 games back of the Diamondbacks, and have had their troubles with Arizona this year in head-to-head matchups. Just came from Arizona where they did win 2 straight. They got in late last night. Padres traveled yesterday on their off day. That's a strike, and battling back is Lucchesi.
Boy, a lot of injuries for this Dodger ball club for them to, they're below 500, so to get back to 500. But Hyun-Jin Ryu, right? He's out with that torn groin. That's a huge blow for the Dodgers rotation.
And some major injuries. Yasiel Puig also. Swing and a miss as Taylor now a full count.
Well, this will be impressive for Joey if he can bounce all the way back and get that first out without allowing a base runner.
Chris Taylor, Kike Hernandez, Matt Kemp expected here in the first inning. Payoff pitch, and it's fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Let's take a look at the lineup for Dave Roberts and his Dodgers. Chris Taylor at shortstop, Kike Hernandez at first, Matt Kemp in right, Yasmani Grandal does the catching. Austin Barnes at second with Kyle Farmer at third. Alex Verdugo's in left. Some of Castro's in center. And Walker Buehler is his starting pitcher, batting out of the 9 spot. Again, the payoff pitch. And that's high for ball 4. Leadoff walk for Chris Taylor.
Well, Lucchesi will be working out of the stretch. And here's a little bit more info on the young left-hander. He's always attacking, and he's got that wipeout chirp, but the big key is getting ahead early with that fastball so he can go out of the zone with that chirp of his. 24-year-old making his 7th start of the season.
So lead runner on, and Kike Hernandez coming up here for the Dodgers. Hernandez 216 coming in and jumping back out of the way of strike 1. The 4th trip for LA here to Mexico. Preseason trips. Last year in Monterey in 1991 against the Milwaukee Brewers. The Padres going to Mexico City at the end of spring training 2 seasons ago to take on the Houston Astros. Soft toss to first, and back is Taylor. Field surface is a turf.
I bet you it's pretty quick too, looking at it. A hard ground ball is going to find the hole. There's really not much down there to really work to the advantage of a pitcher and throwing a ground ball and slowing it down. He's got to think shoe tops right now. Joey Lucchesi, after the first walk, a lot of pitches up in the zone. Got to think shoe tops early. Make that adjustment to his catcher, Rafi Lopez.
To right field, on the move is Caesar towards the line, not going to get there. Bounces in off the turf. He fires back inward. It's cut off. And it's first and third with nobody out for LA. Saw the bounce out there, and it's a very turfy-like bounce. You got to back off as Caesar did.
That was almost like a Super Bowl out there. I did not anticipate. I'm sure Matt Caesar was out there before the game, taking fly balls, getting the lay of the land. But when this ball hit, at first I thought it was going to go over Matt's head and right. Kike Hernandez doing a good job of going the other way. Now watch, as Caesar approaches this ball, right? He's got to backpedal a little bit to get that ball.
So first and third, nobody out, and it brings up Matt Kemp, former Padre in his second stint with the Dodgers and battling here for a job in spring training. Not anymore. He's playing on a regular basis and batting third for LA right now as takes a pitch up top for ball one. It's just the way things have worked out here injury wise, and here he is in the middle of their lineup.
Oh, it's amazing. Back in the uniform that got him to the big leagues, on base percentage of .356, nice average of .313.
Chops it towards third, but foul.
And it looks like, you remember that one year Matt Kemp shed some LBs when he went to the Braves, and it looks like he came into spring training this year ready to go as well.
A walk for Taylor, a single for Hernandez. First and third, nobody out for LA here in the first inning. Now Kemp will sky one in the infield right side as Perella doesn't see it. Galvis doesn't see it. Nobody sees it. It falls. Scoring from third is Taylor. Hernandez will take second on a single for Kemp. Everybody was looking skyward. No one could see the baseball. It lands between three, Galvis, Perella, and Caesar. That ball was just gone. I looked for it too. I didn't see it either, Mud. Did you?
I did not. It's a dark outfield. As this ball goes up, the first guy I noticed down was Perella. He doesn't see it. Now Galvis it looks like Freddie's got a bead on it because he's pointing, but he doesn't have that speed to go out there, and the ball's going away from him. Matt Caesar didn't see it either. Well, maybe Freddie didn't see it. My goodness. It looks like it's a dark outfield.
There are some shadows being cast in left center, right center. An RBI for Kemp, a 1-0 Dodgers lead, and Yasmani Grandal coming up. So Casey trying to find his bearings here. And what he thought was going to be an out, but nobody could see the baseball.
And you know the good thing about that, if there is a good thing, there's fewer than 2 outs, right? There's nobody out. The runners had to hold up because they, you know, except with the exception of the runner at third, he's going to score. So now Joey Lucchesi, at least he still has a double play in order. If it's 2 outs, it's at least 2 runs scoring on that one.
Yasmani Grandal, the former Padres catcher, batting cleanup, and he seems to do well against the Padres. He'll take ball one. John Tompane with the plate for the umpires. Padres lost the finale of the series in San Francisco and dropped 2 out of 3 to the Giants. On the ground towards third, touching third is Villanueva, fires across for a double play. So nicely done there, 5-3 on the DP. Lucchesi needed that, 2 down to the inning as Kemp takes second base.
Perfect case of a ball that's hit perfectly so a third baseman can use his momentum to get the force. Here's the chopper. Villanueva charges on the throw after he touches the bag. Perfect. 5-3, and there's that double play we're looking for.
So Kemp at second, 2 down, and Austin Barnes standing in. Barnes at 196 coming into tonight's action. The second baseman, sometimes catcher. Home run, 3 runs batted in. And his first home run of the year in yesterday's game. The Dodgers coming in at 14-17, again 7 games back of the Diamondbacks. And within the division, the Dodgers are 10-13. That'll miss inside, and Lucchesi falls behind here, 3-0.
Yeah, while the Diamondbacks can't 15-7 against the West. They're beating up on everybody in the West there, well above 500.
And that's a high strike call, make it 3-1. Casey seemingly has been pitching from behind so far. Chops in there for a strike, full count. Joey Lucchese coming in 3-1 with a 2.78 earned run average. His 7th start of the year for the tall left-hander. Young Padres on display in this series. We'll see Lucchese tonight, Lauer on Sunday in the finale. That is high for ball 4. Down to first base goes Barnes. Second walk allowed by Lucchese in this first inning.
Defensively behind left-hander Joey Lucchese for the Padres. In the outfield, left to right, Franchi Cordero. There's Manuel Margot in center field. Matt Caesar in right. On the infield, third to first, Christian Villanueva, Freddie Galvis, Jose Perella, Eric Hosmer. And behind the dish tonight, Rafi Lopez.
So 2 down, first and second, Kyle Farmer, the batter. Farmer, the third baseman, checks in at 244 in the year. And now Darren Balsley headed out there with Lucchese falling behind again. Lucchese trying to find a comfort level on this mound that he's not been able to achieve yet.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to make an adjustment as far as with the pitch down. And Darren's doing most of the talking here, and very, very strict instructions from the Padres pitching coach. You know, some guys are different. Some guys need to be coddled. Some guys, you need to light a fire under them. And Darren Balsley knows all of his pitchers best on how to handle them in certain situations.
Wind picking up, blowing from left to right across the outfield here at Estadio Monterrey. And Kyle Farmer with runners at first and second and 2 down. Dodgers already on top. And that's ball 2. Rain starting to fall. '25th pitch of this first inning for Joey Lucchese. And there's a strike, 2-1. Padres coming in at 11-21 on the year.
Well, he can still look for a fastball here, Kyle Farmer, being a fastball count. Just doesn't have that feel. That was the chirp there, it looked like. And once again, up in the zone.
Matt Kemp at second, Austin Barnes at first. 2 down here in the Dodgers' first inning. Of course, the Padres, the home team here in Monterrey. And that's ball 4. Third walk of the inning allowed by Lucchese. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Viva Villa. Everybody's celebrating. Christian Villanueva, National League Rookie of the Month. He's from Guadalajara. He's got family and friends here. And Joey Sequeda and Fuego. Joey's got to stay on fire. Joey Fuego. Well, he's off to a kind of a rough start now, but if he can hold it to 1 run here in the first and leave the bases empty, he'll take that. Needs to make an adjustment, big time adjustment.
Bases filled here with Dodgers. Alex Verdugo, the batter. And Verdugo fouls it back to the screen. Verdugo, the 7th member of the Dodgers to bat here in the first inning. It's been a 28 pitch first for Lucchesi.
And a lot of those out of the stretch.
And started with the leadoff walk for Taylor. And 2 straight hits. Got a big double play grounded into by Grandal. Back-to-back walks, 3 base on balls in all here in the first. Line foul back to the screen. 1-2. Kemp at third, Barnes at second, Farmer at first. Foul to the screen, and we'll do it again. 1-2.
You know, another thing I look at, Don, is rhythm from a pitcher, and it doesn't seem that Joey Lucchesi has really found that rhythm early on in this ball game. A lot of base runners, but still only 1 run scored by the Dodgers. This is a huge at bat right here. He's got him ahead, 1-2. Rafi Lopez, be careful that ball in the dirt.
Bases filled with Dodgers. 2 down in the inning. Verdugo will take that. It evens 2-2. The fastball up again.
Now Lucchesi has had some success with that fastball up in the zone for strikeouts in prior starts. That one just seemed to be a little bit too high.
On the ground up the middle, Pirela will range to the backhand, flips underhanded just in time. That's a big out, and Lucchesi gets out of this first inning with just the 1 run allowed. Dodgers 1, Padres coming up. By Petco, the pet company. And by Arco, quality top-tier gas for less. That's some great shots from 1996. First time the Padres were here. Took on the Mets here in Monterey.
And Fernando was huge back then for the fans and huge here now. Everybody wanting to get an autograph or a picture with the Cy Young Award-winning left-hander for the Dodgers back in the day, and also a Padre, of course, when the Padres came here to Monterey. pitching for the Friars.
Rain falling here in Monterey as we play to the bottom of the first inning, and Jose Perella will take a strike. .254, no homers, 11 runs batted in for Perella. Getting another start at second base. That's where the majority of his playing time has been coming lately. And a grounder foul towards the end of the Padres dugout. Let's check out the Padres lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Jose Perella at second, Hosmer at first, Villanueva at third, Cordero in left with Lopez doing the catching, Caesar in right, Galvis at short, Margot in center, and Lucchesi out of the 9 spot. So looking for that first major league hit. 0 for 12. And that's strike 3 over the outside corner to Perella. Good start for Buehler, 1 down.
Well, this 23-year-old Walker Buehler, he's going to attack the zone. There's a reason why he is the #1 prospect for the Dodgers. Let's take a look. Very clean delivery. That's a good breaking ball right down the middle that fools Perella.
Rain falling here. Game 1 of our Mexico series. Eric Hosmer will take strike 1 over the inside corner. Hosmer batting second, toting the .303 average coming in. 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. .14 multi-hit games, the most of any player in the National League in that category. Tied with the Orioles' Manny Machado and Oakland's Jed Lowry for the most in the majors. Third start for Walker Buehler.
You know, I've watched some video on this kid, Don. I really like him. Like I said, the really nice delivery, the high over the top delivery. Comes right after hitters. Out of Vanderbilt. David Price Vanderbilt, correct?
Correct. Chop towards second base. Farmer plays the high hop, and Hosmer is out number 2.
Well, here's the scouting report on the 23-year-old making his 3rd start of the season. Walker Buehler. You know, last time he spent some time in the bullpen, but now he's in the rotation. 4-seam curveball slider. He's got some other secondary pitches, but doesn't throw them quite that much. And he's the Dodgers' #1 prospect, and you can see why. That fastball of his can touch 97, 98. Fewer hits than innings pitched.
2 down for Christian Villanueva. Just under 300 is Villanueva coming in. 299 with 9 homers and 20 runs batted in. Fouls it off.
Remember when we talked about Christian Villanueva in our game open, he likes the fastball. He likes the fastball down. All of his home runs, majority the #1. And Buehler just tossed up a curveball right there.
Villanueva's hit safely in 13 of his last 15 games, hitting at .352. And taking a pitch high. Leads all rookies in slugging, home runs, RBIs, total bases, runs scored.
Check out the defense for the Dodgers, brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Well, we talked about the absence of Corey Seager at short. There's the guy taking his place, Chris Taylor. To his right, Kyle Farmer at third. To his left, Austin Barnes at second. Kike Hernandez at first, behind the dish, Yasmani Grandal. In the outfield for the Dodgers, left to right, Verdugo, Castro, Kemp.
2 down for Christian Villanueva, and he will pop it up foul off to the right on that 2-2 pitch again. So the battle continues. Buehler able to strike out Perella. Gets Hosmer to ground out to second. Now dealing with Villanueva. Swing and a miss, and he strikes him out to end the inning. A good first inning for Buehler. 1-2-3 go the Padres. 1-0 Dodgers after 1. Here for Major League Baseball in Monterey. It is great to have with us the Commissioner of Baseball, Rob Manfred. And Rob, as always, great to see you. Thanks for coming out.
Good to see you too. Pleasure to be here.
Well, a very enjoyable venue here. Tell us a little bit about what went behind getting Major League Baseball here back to Monterey.
Well, you know, Mexico's been a real priority for us. We think it's important in terms of access to Mexican players. We'd like to have more Mexican players. It's a market we'd like to develop from an economic perspective, and Monterey's kind of the hub of baseball in Mexico, so we thought it was important to be here.
Well, the Padres here trailing 1-0 to the LA Dodgers, as back on the hill here is Joey Lucchese. You've also been to Puerto Rico already this year, so that was a huge thing too. Right,
we had a nice trip to Puerto Rico. You know, I think Puerto Rico was really about baseball's effort, continuing effort to help with the relief from the storm in Puerto Rico. Still a lot of work to do there. And our clubs, as well as Major League Baseball, have done some great work. And it was nice to be down there and be part of the recovery.
This is fouled off to the right out of play.
Mr. Commissioner, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
It's very good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you too, Mark.
With all the international travel for baseball, and I'm not talking next year or the year after, but in the 5-year framework, 10-year, is there a possibility to go north into Canada again to join Toronto? Is there a chance maybe in Mexico or other places to where baseball could be incorporated for the whole year?
Well, look, I think both Canada and Mexico are possibilities for having an actual team of their own. You know, we'd like to get to 32. 32 would help us for a variety of reasons. Scheduling, playoff format opens up a whole lot of possibilities. We've got really strong interest in Montreal and getting baseball back there. And I really do believe that Mexico would be a possibility for us as well.
How hard was it to get this stadium ready after it was going to be somewhere else, correct?
Right. Originally, the plan was to play in Mexico City. They're building a new stadium in Mexico City, just not ready for us to play there. This is actually the best facility in Mexico, and they've done a great job getting it ready. I was down in both clubhouses, talked to the players, and the facilities are really first rate.
Swing and a miss. Briefly gets away from Lopez, so down to first with the throw, and the Castro strikes out. That is the first K of the night for Lucchese.
Mr. Commissioner, how is baseball trying to really relate to the younger crowd, the younger generation of baseball hopefuls that want to not only watch the game but participate in the game?
Well, you know, we like to think about it as an effort that has to come from the bottom up, and that's about encouraging youth participation. We've really invested in youth participation with some great partners, including Little League, Cal Ripken Baseball, and our participation numbers are great. You know, we are the leading participation sport the last 3 years in terms of increases in participation. We've added 2.5 million baseball players in the last 3 years. Really good numbers for us. And then I think from the top down, it's about things like the Facebook games, making sure our game is available on the platforms where younger people want to view it. Technology in general, continuing our efforts at BAT, MLB.TV, to make sure that baseball stays a technology leader. And then the last thing I would say is ballpark experiences. You know, the clubs have done a great job in terms of developing sort of alternative experiences in the ballpark, things like the millennial passes, the monthly passes, stand-up areas where people can go and congregate the way younger people like to, and those are all really important initiatives.
Well, from here, I guess the next big project for MLB, of course, would be the All-Star game coming up, too.
Right. We're very excited to be in Washington this year. I think, you know, there is something special about the idea of being in the nation's capital on the 4th of July for an All-Star game. It'll be their first one in a very long time. So we're excited to be there, and we have some pretty special things planned.
One down here in the inning, Walker Buehler, the pitcher, batting out of the 9 spot. Commissioner Rob Manfred with us here from Mexico.
Did you get a chance to talk to Christian Villanueva from Guadalajara before the game at all? Did you cross paths with him? No?
I did not. I saw some Padres players. I talked to Eric Hosmer a little bit, who I've known in his prior incarnations, but I did not get a chance to speak to him. But you know, he's had some kind of exciting month, and really great for the Padres. All the great young players that they have coming.
The timing could not have been more impeccable.
Right.
I mean, winning the Rookie of the Month in April, and then having the trip here to Monterey.
Two Hopper out to Galvis for out number 2.
You know, it's really important too for Major League Baseball as a whole. More players from Mexico really helps us, not only in terms of having a market here in Mexico, but it helps us domestically. You know, we have such a huge Mexican-American population. Popularity of the sport, popularity in any sport, it's driven by players from those countries, and it's just a really important thing for us.
2 down here for Chris Taylor, so I would imagine that is largely the reason to be here.
Right, it is. I mean, we think about Mexico, you know, it helps us here. We want to have, you know, a great domestic product with the Mexican professional leagues here. But we'd also like to have players come to the United States and help us grow our product domestically in the United States.
Oh, great to see Fernando Valenzuela, who played for both franchises here. I mean, it's like having a huge ambassador on the field.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, he threw the pitch. You know, you saw him kind of raise that left arm. You can tell it's been well used, you know. Good for him.
And he was, of course, great for the game of baseball back in 1980 when he broke in. I mean, he was just took it by storm.
That's what I'm talking about in terms of developing a player, having players from Mexico. It excites the fans here, but it also excites Mexican Americans. There's that pride associated with it, and it's really an important part of the internationalization of the game.
This one driven out towards deep left center field and gone. Chris Taylor hits his 5th home run of the year and puts the Dodgers on top 2-0.
Well, we know that Joey Lucchesi does not throw that hard. He's not going to light up the radar guns, right? He's about 90-91, so he's really got to place that fastball and have good command. As we look at this pitch, got the foot down. He was waiting for it. He looked for it and sent it halfway up, deep to left center field.
Got a hold of that one.
Yeah.
2 down here for Kike Hernandez. He singled to right field first time up. Time called.
Your favorite team growing up, Mr. Commissioner?
I grew up a Yankee fan. My dad was a huge Yankee fan. We were lucky. We had WPIX at that time, the Yankee station on cable in central New York really early. So we watched a lot of Yankee baseball. And the first game I saw live was a Yankee game.
So walking up that tunnel at Yankee Stadium, what was it like for you? After seeing it on TV, now you're there.
Yeah, you know, it was really one of the, it's funny you say it that way, because one of the things that I remember most vividly is that walk up the tunnel, and, you know, kind of opens up in front of you. And when I was 10 years old, you know, you're a little kid, it really is an amazing thing. It was in 1968. It was Mickey Mantle's last year. We were huge Mantle fans, and they lost to the Twins 3-2, but he hit a home run from each side of the plate. Wow. Last time he hit 2 home runs in a game. I only know that now, but it was a pretty special day. And you know, I have a sibling, one older, one younger, but close in age. And I think for all 3 of us was sort of one of those weekends growing up that you never forget, and really was the beginning of my romance with this great game.
2 down here in the inning, and a 2-1 to Hernandez, going to drop in there for strike 2.
You know, getting back to what you were talking about earlier, as far as, you know, you can pick up a game on your phone, right? Technology these days. And let's face it, baseball is a 3-hour commercial for what I feel, I know I'm being biased, the best game that's ever played.
Absolutely true. And you know, I do think that the other thing it's important not to forget, we love to make the game available to our fans every way we possibly can in the most convenient way on the platforms that they want. But there's also something different and special about that in-ballpark experience, and it's really something that I think the clubs do a great job with. You know, get parents, take those young kids into the ballpark at a young age, and it does build an affinity with the game that, for most people, lasts their whole life.
2-2 to Hernandez. That's ball 3. You're doing a good bit of traveling here this last week or so.
Right. We've been a little busy. I'm going to be here, obviously, for a couple of days. I have a quick stop in New York, and then I'm going to London, actually. It is the worst kept secret in America that we're announcing some games in London Tuesday of next week, but I'm excited to make the trip.
In the air to deep left field. High, deep end. That ball is gone. Beyond the Dodgers' pen and left. Kike Hernandez with his 4th home run of the year puts the Dodgers on top 3-0. Solid contact for LA in this inning.
Well, we talk about pitchers being wild out of the zone and wild in the zone. In this particular 3-2 pitch, every hitter is looking for the old number 1. Does he get it where he wants it? Oh, yeah. Outer third. Great extension by Kike, and no doubt about that one. And this particular inning, 2 quick outs, but yet wild in the zone for Joey Lucchesi to Taylor and now Hernandez.
2 down, back-to-back home runs, and here's Matt Kemp, who singled in the 1st inning. As far as teams, which teams are going, how did you guys go about choosing which teams would come to Monterey?
Well, you know, we thought these 2 teams were perfect just because of the proximity to Mexico. You know, obviously the Dodgers, the long history with Fernando. And, you know, the Padres have been great about making an effort to attract people to come north, see Padre games. One of their limited partners here tonight, Alfredo Harp, obviously a Mexican. And we thought it was sort of the perfect matchup in terms of drawing attention. And one of the things we're trying to do with our international games is to make sure that we have, you know, premier franchises that make sense in the location. You know, we had Cleveland and Minnesota and Puerto Rico. They each had 2 pretty prominent Puerto Rican players on their team, and it just makes the trip better for everyone involved.
How similar was that venue to this venue?
I think similar. The stadium in Puerto Rico is a little older. I think this is a little more updated, probably a little better facility than the one in Puerto Rico, but both absolutely playable. You know, San Juan has been a great host to us, WBC early rounds and whatnot, and you know, someplace we can always go back to. And this obviously something that is very, very serviceable for a game like this.
So bounce in, a full count now to Kemp.
I think the only complaint with this facility is if they had more seats, they would have sold more tickets. These games sold out in a heck of a hurry, and you know, it's obviously we want as many people to see the game as possibly can when we're here.
And just to let the people know, the baseball fans out there, that the commissioner of Major League Baseball will sit anywhere to do an interview. He's literally sitting on a step right now, no chair. Shows you what kind of guy he is. He's a guy's guy. He loves this game. He just wants to watch.
You know what? When you get close to 60, you want to prove you can still get down there, you know.
Cross the diamond 6-3. Commissioner, thanks so much for coming on.
It was great.
Thanks,
I
Mr.
enjoyed
Commissioner.
seeing both of you. Really good to see you both.
the sights and sounds of Monterrey, Mexico. Come to you for game one of a three-game series between the Padres and the Dodgers from Estadio de Baseball Monterrey.
Nice, Donnie.
It's on to the bottom of the second inning. Work to do for the Padres. They trail 3-0.
Yeah, playing catch-up, that's not a good thing to happen. We've seen that lately. We've seen some times when the Padres have scored first as well, but it's always tough to play catch-up, and especially when it looks like it might be one of those early bullpen nights. A lot of pitches being thrown by Joey Lucchesi, 60 after 2.
Long wait for Buehler. And a 1-2-3 first inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Cordero tardy on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
He's got a live arm, this kid, and he is not afraid to challenge hitters over the heart of the plate. Elevated at times. And I love the delivery. I know I said that the first inning. I love when a kid's got a good arm, goes over the head, gets a little shoot rock firework, and gets that momentum towards home plate.
Right over the top, too, huh?
Yeah.
Rain continuing to fall here tonight, as it has during the better part of this game so far. Into the second inning we go. It's Cordero, Lopez, and Caesar. And that's ball 4. Down to first base goes Cordero. First base runner to reach for the Padres tonight. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia, especially in Monterrey.
Who was the Padres' winning pitcher in the first game played in Monterrey? Nuevo Leon on August 16th, 1996. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia.
Now, we don't want people to get confused from that question. Like, who was the first pitcher in Monterrey? It was not Nuevo Leon in 1996. Nuevo Leon is the state that Monterrey is in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Lead runner on here for the Padres in the second inning. Rafi Lopez is called up from El Paso. 0 for 3 so far in his second start since coming back and taking a pitch in the dirt. Monte Grandal able to block that.
You know, Donnie, part of the joy of coming to the ballpark are the sights and sounds, right? It's great. And it's great here in Monterey. You know, we've got the rain falling, but still, as you look out left field, you see some smoke out there. Oh, they're cooking up some grub. The smells of the fine food here at the ballpark. It's starting to come down a little heavier now.
Yep. It's maybe the hardest it's rained all night. 2-2. Forecast for the entire weekend was not great. Fans decked out in their rain gear, though, here for the most part, came prepared. Swing and a miss, and Lopez strikes out at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Third K for Buehler, 1 down.
Seems like when in doubt, Buehler is going to reach back and throw that number 1. He's got that much confidence in it.
One out, one on, and Matt Caesar coming up here for the Padres. Flared foul down the right field line, out of play. .250 average coming in for Caesar. Home run, 3 runs batted in, and a chance to start a little bit more regularly. A home run on Wednesday at AT&T Park in San Francisco. This is his first home run since July of last year. The defensive swing there, fought it off foul.
Yeah, a lot of Padres late on that heater. And as a pitcher, why throw anything else? If you're going to throw a breaking ball, make sure it's a ball. You don't want to throw it in the zone that'll speed up the bat of a hitter. I would say just keep peppering that strike zone with that fastball of his.
fouls it off. Another defensive swing getting a piece. Buehler's been very impressive so far in the early going. First 2 starts, a 1.80 earned run average coming in. 1-0 his record coming into tonight's game. Giving up 10 runs in 10 innings, or 2 runs in 10 innings. There's strikeout number 4 for Buehler. Gets Caesar looking, 2 down.
Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand and at home, in your office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
2 down. Cordero at first base brings up Freddie Galvis.
Got a call right there, looks like, on the outside corner with that curveball.
235, a home run, 9 runs batted in for Freddie. 5 outs so far for Buehler. 4 of them have come by way of the K. And another strike makes it 0-2, and Galvis didn't like that either.
You know, Freddie's like, I'll give you the first one, but that second one, come on now.
Cordero gains his lead at first, held on over there by Hernandez. Gotta dial it up a notch here against Buehler. He brings it. Last pitched at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Fouls this one back to the screen. That was his win. He went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 6. Dodgers beat the Giants 9-2 in that game. He did not pitch in the series in Arizona. Now working here against the Padres in game 1 of this series. 0-2 to Galvis. And a flare foul off to the left out of play.
Only 1 ball put in play at this point, and it was a ground ball by Eric Hosmer.
Buehler going to work on the bottom of the cleats.
Yeah, you got to make sure you hit that little egg crate back there to knock off that dirt. Oh, you can hear it hitting the field mics, huh?
That's falling pretty good. Imagine the surface is on the slick side too, because this is turf.
Yeah.
In the air to center field. The Castro coming in, still coming in, and he'll make the running catch that ends the inning. Leadoff walk wasted for the Padres. 3-0 Dodgers.
trucks. We're going to talk about Joey Lucchese and the strikeout. Last time against the Mets, look at how he can go up in the zone and have the hitters chase. After all was told of that game with the New York Mets, he struck out 6. But see, here's the thing. He was getting ahead to get to 2 strikes, and therefore, even Jay Bruce has to try to chase that fastball or that curveball up in the zone. Lagares goes down 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts, and here's the key also. 79 pitches as we speak right now, starting the third. Joey Lucchese with 60 pitches.
Well, rain falling hard here in Monterey. As Lucchese.
We've got a gato in front of the Padre dugout. A cat was running out in front of the Padre dugout. Did you see that?
I did not. Wow.
They had to stop action.
Yasmani Grandal leading it off here in the 3rd inning. As you mentioned, 60 pitches through the first 2. And a pitch dropping in there for strike 1. How much longer can they play in these conditions?
You know, Don, I don't know. It's coming down at a pretty good clip. I'm not sure what kind of drainage they have, but I cannot see this. If it's like this, I would say within the next couple minutes, something's got to be done. When you start seeing water stand on the infield, which I have not yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. I mean, the landing area for the pitchers also has to be slick as well.
High, 1-2. Yasmani Grandal, Austin Barnes, and Kyle Farmer scheduled to bat in the inning.
Wow.
Season against the Padres. His combination's been very good. 3-4. Saw flashes of lightning off to the left. Curious about your weather app. Seeing what your weather app says. Probably says dry, right?
Well. I'm going to give it a go right here.
1-2. And that's high and away. 2-2. Andy Green wants to know. He saw some slippage there from Lucchese. Checked Lucchese, said he's all right. Andy's a little worried about the conditions and pitching in these conditions. 2-2. That's in there for strike 3. Second strikeout for Lucchese. 1 down. So 1 out brings up Austin Barnes. Look at this strikeout for Lucchese.
And you can see that his hat is soaked. Nice job by Lopez pulling that one back on the outside corner. The umpire's shirt is drenched.
Now 1 out here in the 3rd. Austin Barnes coming up here for LA.
Well, according to my app, it says now. We see what it is now, but 10 o'clock, 90%. 11 o'clock, 100% with light.
So it's going to get worse, is what you're saying.
I believe so.
Well, that's great. Your app says that because it's usually wrong. What were we about 97% wrong the last time? Were we Denver? Yeah.
Well, that's one you can't trust. Denver weather you can't trust.
Denver is tough. It does change quickly.
It'll change every 20 minutes.
1-1 to Barnes with Farmer waiting on deck. Foul down the first baseline, out of play. What I think they would like to do is to get 5 innings in.
Yep.
If at all possible, because as you saw on your trusty weather app. It is supposed to get worse as the night goes on.
And maybe next half inning, if there's a quick inning, or maybe, spread some of that diamond dry to try to soak up around the batter's box, maybe the pitcher's mound.
They have not yet, which I'm kind of surprised about between innings. This one chopped back towards the mound. Lucchesi plants and throws. 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Let's check out the trivia question answer tonight, brought to you by Valley View Casino. Who was the Padres' winning pitcher in the first game played in Monterey? Fernando Valenzuela was 15-10 in a win against the Mets back August 16th of 1996. And you got to see Fernando tonight. He threw out the first pitch as well to Christian Villanueva, which was pretty cool. We always see Fernando and heading into LA, part of Dodgers Spanish broadcasting.
Look at, he can still get up there high 3/4. That's great. Good for both those guys.
Well, they are going to work on the mound now as we take a look at the major league career of Fernando Valenzuela that spanned from 1980 through 1997. 17 years in the majors. Dodgers, Angels, Orioles, Phillies, Padres, and Cardinals. 81 NL Rookie of the Year and Cy Young Award winner, and ended up with 173 victories. Most wins by a pitcher born in Mexico.
A guy who dominated as soon as he came to the big leagues. I mean, it was unbelievable what Fernando did at the big league level. And you know what's kind of neat about that whole thing? The scout that signed him, Mike Burrito.
He was here.
Who we still see at Dodger Stadium, and he's here tonight.
On the day that Fernando was pitching in 1996, he threw out the first pitch as well. Not only was he pitching, but he threw out the first pitch ceremonial.
Right. Who's that? John Flaherty catching? Flash Flaherty? Nice.
Well, they are working on the mound now as Joey Lucchesi going to work on the bottom of his cleats again with a tongue depressor. There is Fernando Valenzuela. Broadcasting tonight back to LA.
Fernando's one heck of an athlete. He could hit, he could field his position. He's one heck of a golfer. Tremendous athlete right there.
That's some clumped up mud right there.
Tremendous amount of gunk on the bottom of his spikes. And you know, the minute you get it all off your spikes, you walk on that turf, get it wet, and then you walk on the dirt again. It's
clumps up again.
Right back where you started.
He's going to try now that drying agent out there. Give him one more.
You know, it's out of pitcher's elements to pitch in situations like this. But you know what, though? Dodgers guy got to do it. Yep. Everybody's got to do it. So that's the mindset you got to do.
So far, Buehler's been outstanding. He's faced only 7 hitters, struck out 4. So here we go with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Kyle Farmer. Farmer walked in the 1st inning. Pitch 70 for Lucchesi. And that's a strike. 60 pitches through 2 for Lucchesi. Faced 7 batters in the first, gave up a run, then gave up back-to-back home runs to Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez in the 2nd inning. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss for Farmer. Gets away briefly from Lopez. He'll throw to first for the out that will end the inning. 3rd K for Lucchesi. Done with 2.5, 3-0 Dodgers. in Monterrey, Mexico. The Dodgers have a 3-0 lead over the Padres. And it's at the bottom of the third inning we go.
And more ground crew action around home plate in the pitcher's mound. It looks like it's let up a little bit.
Yeah, it has.
I don't think the hard stuff's going to come for quite a while. I keep playing. As they spread out the drying agent.
I can't believe that we have gone almost 3 innings with Walker Buehler, and you've made no Ferris Bueller reference. I'm stunned by this.
Well, I was just about to say, I like what I see in Bueller, and I think he's a righteous dude.
I can't believe it took this long. I'm stunned.
Everybody loves him. The Motorheads.
He'll be dealing with Manuel Margot, Joey Lucchese's spot anyway, and Jose Perella.
The ball just jumps out of his hand. He doesn't have, you know, when I talk about a violent delivery, he doesn't have a violent delivery. It's firm delivery, but it's not like when I was, and I'm dating myself. Remember Kevin Apier?
Sure.
Remember he was full every pitch. He's kind of more free and easy type.
Now ready to work here to Margot to begin things in the last of the third inning. Margot, Lucchese, and Perella. And Joey Lucchese has come out on deck as Margot takes strike one. 283 average coming in. Home run, 7 runs batted in for Manuel. Quickly down 0-2. Center fielder Tim LaCastro over towards right center. Gap out there in left center field. Pitch coming up for Buehler. Elevated and tried to change the sight line there for Margot, but he wasn't chasing.
Now he has the beauty of going up in the zone again, maybe dropping a curveball down. Yasmani Grandal puts down the sign, and it's the old number 2.
And a swing and a miss for Margot. Strikes out. That's 5 Ks for Buehler.
You know, it's just not the pitch, it's the location of the pitch, and Buehler puts that exactly where he wants it. Anybody can throw a curveball in the dirt, but throwing close enough that just goes over the plate, below the knees, and having that hitter to swing to protect. It's a big league curveball right there.
One down here in the third inning for Joey Lucchese. 0 for 12 in the big league so far for Joey. Center fielder Tim LaCastro over towards left center, and they're shallow on Lucchese. Top for ball 3. Buehler has walked a batter. He walked Franchi Cordero to lead off the second, but Cordero could not advance after that. Proceeded to strike out Lopez, Caesar, and then got Galvis to fly out.
See Andy Green there pointing. He was given the take sign, obviously, for Joey Lucchese.
That is ball 4, and down to first base he goes. So 1-out walk as Buehler walks the opposing pitcher. Now it's time for the Lowe's whole team together. LA Dodgers pitchers, 314 strikeouts. Clayton Kershaw top of their list with 48. Alex Wood. Hyunjin Ryu is now on the DL. Kenta Maeda we'll see in the series in game 2. And Pedro Baez has 21. That leads the National League.
That's getting ahead and wiping them out.
And Buehler's going to add to that.
Yep.
So far tonight, 5 Ks in 2 1/3 innings. Bounces in and blocked by Grandal. Well, struck out looking in the first inning as one of those 5 Ks.
Well, here's what I like to look at, especially for a young pitcher like Buehler. Falling behind 2-0, he's ahead 3-0, so he's going to challenge these hitters, right? Can he make the adjustment and throw a good pitch, dot a fastball where he wants to 2-0, down and away? He had the right idea, but just missed. But it wasn't like he missed, you know, way up and in. He was in the general area. Kid's got a pretty good idea of how to manipulate and command that fastball.
His 50th pitch is ball 4, and he's walked back-to-back batters. So all of a sudden, kind of lost it here a little bit after rolling right along. We'll get you a game break on History Watch. Albert Pujols looking for hit number 3,000. As Grandal headed out there, so is Rick Honeycutt, pitching coach for the Dodgers.
Well, pretty smooth innings in the first and second, with the exception of that one walk to lead off the second. So a couple of walks here, just kind of a little session, make sure everybody's on the same page. Make sure you know who you got on a comebacker. Okay, let's get 2. That's usually what's said on the mound. Some of it's eyewash, you know, some of it's like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Oh, okay, well, how do you want to start off this guy? Okay, whatever. Let's go this way. Okay, make sure you got so-and-so on a comebacker, okay? All right, okay, let's go.
Now Eric Hosmer with a chance here with 2 on. Tying run at the plate here for the Padres in the 3rd inning. Take strike 1. Hosmer grounded out to second base in the 1st inning, 0 for 1. Take strike 2.
Oh, a tighter breaking ball there. The first one looked like a slider. That one almost looked like it cut.
Blocked there by Grandal, down and in. Margot struck out to begin the inning. Walks for Lucchesi and Perella, setting the table for Hosmer. With 1 out here in the last of the 3rd inning. Hosmer lines out to 3rd. This will turn into 2. Right into a DP to Kyle Farmer at 3rd base. 3-0 LA. 3,000 plus hits and 600 plus home runs.
Those are 3 guys that I wish I could go back and see at their prime. I remember watching on TV at home when Al Downing served up that record-breaking pitch to Henry Aaron in Atlanta. You want to win a bet in a bar? Here's a trivia question for you that you'll win all the time. Go up to a baseball fan and say, hey, you know what? True or false? Henry Aaron never hit 50 home runs in a season. What are they going to probably say?
True.
He never hit 50 in a season.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't it unbelievable?
Yeah.
755 home runs, never hit 50.
That's incredible.
It's a good trivia question, and I love trivia.
I know you do.
Well, ground crew working very, very hard. Trying to spread out the diamond dust. What do they call it? Turf ace? Diamond dust?
I always call it a drying agent.
Drying agent?
Yeah.
I guess that's diamond dry. I like drying agent.
They worked on just a mound in the home plate area. First couple of innings now working on the entire infield.
But the rain has definitely let up.
Yep, no question. So it'll be leading it off here for LA, bottom third of their order. Alex Verdugo, Tim LeCastro, and Walker Buehler scheduled to bat for Dave Roberts. His team finishing up their series with the Diamondbacks in Arizona yesterday, traveling here late last night. And they enjoy a 3-0 lead here to the 4th inning. Here comes Alex Verdugo to lead it off in the top of the 4th inning.
You know, this might be one of those games as a pitcher, even as a position player, you're going to the clubhouse to throw that jersey in the dryer for a little bit, or where, you know, you've got 2 or 3 jerseys, swap them out, throw one in the dryer, get a little rotation going.
Now Verdugo, first time up, grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. Four in a row retired by Lucchesi, fresh off his 1-2-3 3rd inning, which he registered 2 strikeouts. '75th pitch for Lucchesi, and it is line foul to the end of the Dodgers dugout. They're housed on the 3rd base side. Casey wanted a new baseball, gets one. Home plate umpire John Tumpain. One-two pitch. In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Seventh start of the year for Lucchesi. Coming in 3-1 with a 2.78 earned run average. And a swing and a miss, able to strike out Verdugo. 4th strikeout for Lucchesi.
A good start of this 4th inning for Joey Lucchesi. The pitch count is up. He needs to make short work of these Dodger hitters, and just like we were talking about before, tools of the trade going up in the zone. Verdugo, he's biting at that.
One down in the 4th inning. Tim LeCastro struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. 0-2. Casey last time out in a victory against the New York Mets, 5 2/3, 4 hits, and 2 runs through just 79 pitches in that outing against the Mets, in which he won and picked up his 3rd win of the year. Trying to get LeCastro to chase, he does not, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. First time that Lucchesi has faced the Dodgers in his career, young major league career that it is. To left field, Cordero moves over, but that one is going to fall fair and into the seats down there in a hop for a double. Castro at second base with 1 down in the inning.
And once again, it's worth mentioning, when that ball hits that turf down there, it's like a Super Bowl. Rule book double for LeCastro.
1 out runner at second, and it brings up Walker Buehler, the pitcher. Grounded out to shortstop in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Fights it off, grounding it back towards Lucchesi, who will go to first for the out. Backpedaling to the bag was Hosmer. No advance for LeCastro at second, out 2 down.
Well, we've seen Joey field his position, and doesn't have to seem any problem on the mound or on that turf regarding the wet track out there tonight.
Well, first time we saw Chris Taylor, he walked, then in the 2nd inning did this. Home run number 5 of the year for the Dodgers shortstop, as they would go back-to-back in the 2nd inning. Now he bats in better conditions here at the moment. The rain has let up substantially here in the 4th inning.
Don, you know, we've been talking a lot about Christian Villanueva being from Guadalajara, Mexico. Well, one of the umpires tonight, Alfonso Marquez at second base. Mexican-born umpire, Zacatecas, Mexico. So welcome. It's got to be a treat for him, huh?
No pitch is swung on and missed. Yeah, Alfonso Marquez went to also that series that we did in Mexico City with the Padres.
Nice.
In Mexico City. And there's
there
Alfonso Marquez.
It's got to be a treat for him.
Chris Taylor batting with 2 down, runner at second here in the 4th inning. LA already on top 3-0.
You know what I like about our booth? I mean, we're kind of right on top of the action.
Pretty close.
This is nice.
As close as it gets in the big leagues.
That's right.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. It's our view from the booth.
Give him a wave, Donnie.
Good look at.
So that's, yeah. We used to have windows here.
Yes, but Mark Grant was kind enough to pull the ball out.
If they go in, they got to come out.
It's tremendous. I didn't think you were going to get him out. You did.
It was hard. Just missed.
Did he go? No. They check with first base umpire Mark Wegner. So full count here to Chris Taylor, who's been aboard twice, the walk and the home run we showed you. And Will Margot, center fielder, over towards right center. Payoff pitch. And a pop-up foul behind the Padres dugout. Dugo struck out. LeCastro double down the left field line. Walker Buehler grounded out. No advance for LeCastro. So still at second base with 2 down here in the 4th inning. And that's strike 3. Taylor doesn't like it at all. He'll take with him the 5th strikeout for Lucchesi. 3-0 Dodgers.
¿No?
Yeah, again, just the presence of the Dodgers here in Mexico is very big with Fernando Valenzuela, but you're the only person on any of the 2 rosters here who's Mexican. So how does that feel? The answer, it's a really big responsibility, but I'm happy. I'm going to continue to give it my best, do as good a job as I can, and again, it's a blessing and big responsibility that I'm happy to have.
Christian Villanueva, with the help of David Longley, explaining that there's a lot of responsibility being the only Mexican-born player on either one of these rosters, guys, but he's asked a lot of him. He's handled it all with very much dignity and grace, and having a good time here. He says he's got a lot of family in town and a lot of responsibility on him, but I think he had a good time catching that first pitch from Fernando Valenzuela. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. And of course, a great hand here, as you might imagine, when he was introduced. And batting for the 2nd time, struck out swinging in the 1st inning. Now sends one foul off to the right, out of play. Now won the Rookie of the Month in the National League, and a look at his rankings in the National League at this point among rookies.
Yeah, the 20 RBI sticks out. Big hits.
Popped up foul back and into the seats.
I don't think Yasmani Grandal saw that ball.
No, it never moved. So Villanueva down 1-2. Franchi Cordero and Rafi Lopez expected here in the bottom of the 4th inning for San Diego. Oh, liner to left. Verdugo back to make the catch shy of the track for the first out of the 4th inning.
Kind of got in on him a little bit. And I'm sure that Walker Buehler has watched video of Christian Villanueva. He likes to get extended. And we look at that last pitch, kind of got in on him a little bit.
1 down here in the 4th inning, and it'll bring up Franchi Cordero. One of 3 Padres to reach in this game, and they've all reached on walks in this game. Padres do not have a hit yet tonight as they bat with 1 out in the 4th inning. Cordero down 0-2. He walked, Lucchese walked, and so did Perella.
Let's see if Buehler tries to pump him up and in here with the fastball. Oh, I think I saw a changeup here in the dirt. Wow. Nice block by Grandal with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and Cordero strikes out.
That fastball had a little bit of run. I think the intent there by Buehler was to go up and in. Ball runs a little bit. You see how Franchi tries to get his hands through quickly. Can't make contact to follow it off and possibly get another one.
So 2 down here in the 4th inning brings up Rafi Lopez. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Rafi getting another start behind the dish tonight, sharing time with A.J. Ellis in that capacity in the absence of Austin Hedges. So as they placed Hedges on the DL, Rafi Lopez recalled from El Paso, started the year in the big league club, but went down to day 2 or 3 of the season. It was quick.
Yep.
Lopez ahead, 3-1.
I mean, look at how the Dodger roster has changed over the last month. My goodness.
Dramatically.
There are no guarantees. We all know that. That's why you got to be ready. Well, the Padres just have not been able to catch up to that Buehler fastball.
A.J. Ellis, the former Dodger, looking on tonight. I'm sure we'll see him catching in this series tonight. Game 1 of 3 from Monterrey, Mexico. Padres the home team here for the 3 games. Lopez to right, and Kemp coming in to make the catch, middle of the cap high to end the 4th inning. We head to the 5th, 3-0 LA. Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. By Petco, the pet company. And by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019, is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. Monterrey, Mexico. Some of the sights and sounds and ceremonial first pitch tonight from Fernando Valenzuela to Christian Villanueva. MLB is back in Monterrey. The Mexico Series, game 1 of a 3-game series between the Padres and the Dodgers. And the Dodgers have the 3-0 advantage. Into the 5th inning we go. And it'll be Kike Hernandez who leads it off for LA.
And thank goodness the rain has stopped. And this is a big inning for Joey Lucchesi. Thrown a lot of pitches. He needs to keep it at 3 as we go to the top of the 5th.
Hernandez 2 for 2 in the game. Single to right in the first. Homered in the second. A lot of pitches early for Lucchesi. He had thrown 60 pitches through 2. This will be pitch 92. Popped up, foul ground. Rafi Lopez coming back, discards the mask and makes the catch. A little stagger, but he made the grab.
At first, I didn't think Rafi saw that ball. We had Hosmer crashing. You had Villanueva crashing, helping him out. Ball up, pick it up, discard the mask. Kind of a wide frame there from Rafi so he can make an adjustment if needed. And a big out for Joey Lucchesi.
1 down for Matt Kemp. A single in the first. Grounded out to short in the second. 1 for 2. Single in the first produced an RBI. Kemp now, Grandal next, with the Dodgers batting here in the visiting half of the 5th inning. Good pitch, 1-1.
Very good pitch.
First 4 starts in the big leagues, Lucchesi had a 1.66 earned run average. An impressive start to his major league career. Pitch 95, drilled to left. Cordero is there to make the catch on a hot liner out there to left field. 2 down.
Matt Kemp might have been out in front of a little on that last pitch as some top hand and the hot liner to left. Not a long way to move for Franchi.
Now it's Manny Grandal 0 for 2. Time for the Kia drive to success. Major League leaders, highest OPS as a catcher. Yasmani Grandal. Second in that category, only to the Pirates' Francisco Cervelli.
That statistic always amazes me, and I'll tell you why. You know, the first month, it's a great stat anyway you look at it. But these guys are strapping on the gear. You got to go through a hot, humid summer, and yet the top 5 at the end of the year is always amazing to me that they can do that. Put up those numbers offensively, but yet still take a beating behind home plate and do what they do.
It is impressive, especially as the summer goes on.
That
you look
bat
at the
gets
second half of the year.
Oh, that bat gets heavy. The knees start to ache a little bit. Lost a lot of weight as far as water weight is concerned, and you're just right. Maybe I should take that plan. Be a catcher.
1-2 to Grandal. And a grounder to short, sharply hit. Galvis has got it. He is throwing plenty of time, and it's a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Lucchesi. 3-0 LA.
Breaking ball for a strike, absolutely, but he also has the fastball in the outside corner, and he also has a second gear on that fastball. He can crank it up to 98 miles an hour. He's been keeping it down in the zone for the most part, using both sides of the plate. And when you throw that hard, guys, if you can get that breaking ball close, it's tough to lay off. But Walker Buehler yet to allow a hit tonight. He struck out 5. He has walked 3, though. We'll see if the Padres can get something going here, guys.
All right, thanks very much, Scan. We'll see. Matt Caesar leading it off and grounding one right back to the mound, and Buehler flips underhanded, a little low on the toss, but Hernandez comes up within it. Matt Caesar is out number 1 here at the bottom of the 5th inning.
You know, the last couple innings, I've noticed Buehler throwing a shorter kind of a breaking ball, whether it's a hard slider or maybe a bigger cutter. But to go along, Bob's right. When he has secondary pitches that he can locate at will after getting ahead, that's doing something really special. And he's doing something special right now. And here comes pitch number 70.
Look at the line for him. Is not allowed to hit so far through 4 1/3. Freddie Galvis 0 for 1. Flying out to center field in the 2nd inning.
See that last pitch there. It was 89. Looked like a little cutter. And great location to get ahead for strike 1. There's the straight heater. A little extra on that one.
It's retired 5 in a row. Padres have had 3 base runners reach. All walks. Shoots it foul down the left field line, out of play. Galvis now, Margot next. Got jammed there and flips it foul up towards the upper deck.
I like how the 2 upper decks are closer to the field, not set way back. A more intimate feeling.
Pretty steep.
Yep.
Two pitch to Galvis, and he fouls it back to the screen. And we had Rob Manfred, commissioner of Major League Baseball, on with us earlier, and he was talking about if the stadium had a bigger capacity, they would have been able to sell that out too. It was a sellout here for the 3 games very quickly. And this is the biggest venue they have. Padres do have action in their pen for the first time tonight. I'm going to say it's Simber. It is. Payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. Galvis strikes out. 7 strikeouts for Walker Buehler, 2 down.
Well, another strikeout for the right-hander. How did he get Freddie Galvis this time? Looked like something off speed because there's way out in front. Looks like a breaking ball. Well, that breaking ball of his. It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. Another strikeout for the right-hander.
2 down here in the 5th, and it brings up Manuel Margot. Struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Six in a row retired by Buehler. Well, the Padres are able to carry 26 for this international Mexico series, and Javi Guerra joining the team and is now on deck for the Padres right now.
It was fun to watch in spring training, huh?
Yeah, we saw a lot of Javi Guerra. A lot of shortstop from Guerra. Usually we come on after Freddie Galvis. Ground ball sharply into 3rd. Kyle Farmer tosses across the diamond, and that is that in the 5th inning. A no-hitter through 5 for Walker Buehler tonight. 3-0 Dodgers. It's a pop-up, really, that nobody could see. Ends up landing in short right field. And coming around to score is Chris Taylor with the game's first run. And in the 2nd, Chris Taylor would hit a solo shot with 2 down in the 2nd inning. Dodgers go back-to-back as Kike Hernandez comes up next, and it's his 4th home run of the year. Also a solo shot. Dodgers out to the 3-0 advantage. That has carried here into the 6th inning tonight in Monterey. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Padres, who head into the top half of the 6th inning. Adam Simber, the new Padres pitcher.
Well, after that 1st and 2nd inning for Joey Lucchesi, he settled down nicely. Enter Adam Simber. 19 1/3 innings pitched are tied for 3rd among all National League, Major League, check that, Major League relievers this season. So a lot of work. Now his 15th game for Adam.
First pitch, a strike over the outside corner. Chase Utley is pinch hitting here for Austin Barnes, with the right-hander now in the game. Casey went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Walked 3 and struck out 5. And you're right. After that back-to-back home run sequence, really did settle down. Went on to retire the next 6 in a row and only gave up 1 hit beyond the 2nd inning. But pitch count got so high so early. 60 pitches through 2.
Yeah, you know, nobody knows what happens. That lost fly ball early in the ball game. What happens after that? But it happened. Nothing you can do about it.
Utley now, Farmer and Verdugo anticipated here for LA in the top of the 6th inning. Utley lines one down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Headed to the right field corner. Caesar over to dig it out. Has some trouble. Utley now thinking 3. Throw will go in that direction and he will be safe. Something about the carom down there in the right field corner seemed to get by Caesar there briefly. And Utley took a look in that direction, then decided to go for third base.
Well, one thing's for sure, Chase Utley never give it away in an at-bat. He is very, very tough. Knows the strike zone. He turns on this one, and he's digging for third. Can't come up with it as Christian Villanueva.
Farmer will take a pitch high for ball 1. So far it's been ruled a straight triple. Infield in about halfway here on Farmer.
Was that kind of like a lottery ball down there in that corner, kind of bouncing around?
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
It's 325 down the right field line, 325 down the left field line, 400 to straightaway center. Line caught by Simber. He took a look at third, but no play there. Nice grab by Simber. Return to sender.
Wow. That's a big league play. Saving a run. Third of the way there. What kind of fielding position is he in? Right to the chest. Check the runner. Nicely done.
So 1 out. Utley still at third. Padres bring that infield in, and here's Alex Verdugo. What a hack that was. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. Struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Bluff the throw to third, had Utley darting back to the bag.
Well, they may have had a chance, but Utley does the right thing. He goes back to first base where the third baseman was coming to the bag. So he's technically a screen if the catcher wants to throw down to third base. It's a smart baseball, base running move.
One fouled off to the left out of play. Another pinch hitter on deck here for Dave Roberts as Jock Peterson has come out on deck now for LA. He's making some changes with his lineup as the Padres gone from a lefty to a right-hander.
He had 4 lefties on the bench before this game and a switch hitter, Valera, on the bench.
Two and two. In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. I want to remind you, coming up in the 7th inning, to stay tuned for the Arco game break. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. Utley at third with one away here in the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch. Lined into left field, a base hit. From third comes Utley with the 4th Dodgers run. LA on top 4-0. RBI single for Alex Verdugo.
He went with that pitch very, very nicely. Rafi Lopez put down a fastball away. It was up, though. See the ball rocket off that turf out there in left field?
Takes off.
Yes, it does. And Utley scores easily.
Tim LeCastro going to be pinch hit for here by Jock Peterson. Castro, before being hit for, had struck out swinging and doubled. Verdugo held on at first by Hosmer. Padres are shifting on the right side of the infield here on Peterson as he takes one down and in. Peterson coming off a 4-hit game for the Dodgers. Takes pitch outside, and it's 2-0. Little check swing foul. Off at first base was Verdugo. He's got a head on back here with one out in the inning. He's got the oven mitt on. Protective guard there for at first slides.
Now, if you tag that, I mean, it's so longer than his hand. You tag it, you're gone, right? You're out. Yeah.
Part of his equipment.
I was going to say, you know, that's part of the chance you take. Wearing the oven mitt.
Two balls, two strikes with one out here in the 6th inning. Pinch hitting.
Wouldn't you want something smaller to fit your hand and then hard so you won't hurt your fingers? Wouldn't you want something smaller?
Think so.
Yeah.
Check on him over there at first base. No fingers are exposed, though. You can't really hurt your finger.
Yeah.
Seen guys dislocate their fingers diving in head first.
I really dislike the head first slide.
Peterson with a swing and a miss, and Simber strikes him out. Second out here of the 6th inning.
Simber going up the ladder.
That's 6 strikeouts for Padres pitching. 2 down in the inning.
And as Andy Green has said before, having Simber and Makita out of the bullpen for the Padres, it's a different look. And that different look gets Peterson swinging.
So 2 down, runner at first. And Walker Buehler. Buehler 0 for 2 has grounded out to short, grounded back to the mound.
That's a good crossfire right there. Going from way down under towards the third base side almost, and then dotting that outside corner with that fastball.
Line to the right side, hits the runner, he is out, and that will be the end of the inning. Well, a break there for the Padres as Buehler hits the runner, and Verdugo between first and second base. And that will end the inning. Nowhere to go for Verdugo. Tried to jump over it, but it hits his foot on the way down. 4-0 Dodgers. Sights and sounds from Monterrey, Mexico, as the Major League debut here for Javi Guerra. Saw a lot of him during spring training, and here he is appearing in his first Major League game. 25 games in El Paso for Guerra. Is the first Padre in club history to debut internationally. Last time a player made his debut internationally, not including Canada, it's Arizona's Bo Schultz, who did so in Australia against the Dodgers with the Diamondbacks. Javi Guerra getting his first Major League at bat here in Monterrey, Mexico.
Well, we saw a lot of him in spring training, and it's nice to see him here at the big league level. And remember, it was the Craig Kimbrell deal to Boston. That's how the Padres acquired Javi Guerra, along with Carlos Asuaje, Logan Allen, Manuel Margot. It was back in November of 2015.
Goes around a check swing there, and it's full count.
Donnie, you saw him a lot in spring training. What did you like about Javi that you saw?
Defensively, very, very good.
Yeah.
I like what I saw from him. Certainly Freddie Galvis, outstanding. Came in after Freddie quite a bit. Look at that deal that you're talking about. And he strikes out looking. That's 8 strikeouts for Buehler. One down here in the 6th inning.
Well, it looks like Javi may have been guessing something else, because that was a straight fastball from Buehler. And right by him. Couldn't pull the trigger.
One down here in the 6th inning. Jose Perella coming up. Struck out looking in the first, walked in the third. Seven pitches right now for Buehler. He's not allowed a hit through 5 1/3. One coming up to Perella with Hosmer on deck. Defensive changes here. The pinch hitters stay in the game. Chase Utley at second base. And Jock Peterson in center field. Eight in a row retired here by Bueller. Again, the only 3 to reach for the Padres, all walks, no hits. It's a bat here with 1 out in the 6th inning. Chop softly left side, shortstop Taylor, the throw just in time to get Perella 2 down. I thought Farmer may cut that off, but he lets Taylor race in and take care of business.
And Jose Perella, boy, he is quick out of the box. Gets about half step. Very quick on the transfer. We mentioned Corey Seager, regular shortstop, out for the year. Chris Taylor doing just fine.
2 down in the 6th, and Eric Hosmer. Hosmer has grounded out to second, lined into a double play. Now it's ground ball to short, easier play for Taylor, and he makes it. Bueller has allowed no hits through 6. And a new pitcher on for the Padres. Kazuhisa Nakita becomes a third arm used tonight by San Diego.
Well, the last time out for Kaz kind of got roughed around a little bit. It was against the New York Mets. He went an inning, 6 hits, 5 runs, walked a Met, struck one out, gave him a home run. Overall, though, scoreless in 8 of his 13 outings this year. And the big key is getting that first out. Nobody on base. Hitter's only hitting 194. So if you get that first hitter out, that's a big plus for the right-hander.
He's dealing with the top of the Dodgers order. Chris Taylor is going to lead it off. Taylor, Hernandez, and Kemp, the scheduled batters. Makita takes over for Simber, win an inning, and allowed a run. Fouled off for strike 1. Go the center fielder into right center, gap out there in left center. Walk on a home run for Taylor for striking out in the 4th inning. Joey Lucchesi started the game. In 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on the hook right now, as the Padres trail 4-0. And have not been able to do anything against Walker Bueller. He's retired 10 in a row and is not allowed to hit through the first 6 innings. Swing and a miss, and Taylor strikes out. Good start for Makita here in the 7th inning.
Once again, up above the belt buckle, and that's a fastball that plays up here with that different look, different release point. You know, hitters are looking up around the cap. Well, now they've got to adjust down below the knees of Makita.
Floats up there high. Kike Hernandez single to right in the first, solo shot in the second. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game. There are a lot of Padres fans here tonight. Joining Padres baseball in Monterrey, Mexico. Game 1 of the Mexico series. Saw a lot of Padres jerseys out there today coming into the ballpark. It's been all LA so far tonight on top 4-0. In there for strike 3. Hernandez just spins out of the box, takes with him the second strikeout for Makita. 2 down.
Did you see from that view right there? He had his front foot down, and the ball wasn't even in the picture yet. That was one of those floating breaking balls from Makita.
So 2 down here in the 7th inning. Matt Kemp, the batter, and the recipient of strike 1. Kemp singled in the first, sends in a ground out and a line out. He's got one of these 7 hits the Dodgers have. That's a strike, and it's 2-2.
Makita looks really sharp this outing.
He struck out Taylor, struck out Hernandez. Now a 2-2 to Kemp. Full count now. In the air to left field. Cordero started in, now goes back and makes the catch that will end the inning. 7th inning stretch. Dodgers have a 4-0 lead. It's time now for the Arco game break with Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney. This game is not back out there for the 7th. Instead, Tony Cingrani is. Seen Dave Roberts do this in the past. Pitch count situation, no doubt, and Buehler comes out of this game no hitter or not.
Well, for Buehler, it was his third start. His first start was back on April 2030 through 89 pitches. The start after that against the Giants, which we talked about on the 28th, 94 pitches. So now he will hand it over to Tony Cingrani, the erstwhile Red. You know, recently the Dodgers bullpen has been chewing up a lot of innings. After Ryu had left the ball game, they had 7+ innings of very good pitching out of the bullpen. And the Dodgers are looking to continue with that theme.
Now Christian Villanueva 0 for 2. Struck out and lined out. Guadalajara, Mexico. Playing here in Monterrey. The Padres got to be glad to see somebody other than Walker Buehler, who dominated in 6 innings. No hits, no runs. He did walk 3. And by the way, retired the last 10 Padres he faced.
Complete command. And you know what? I think when you look at his pitches, Don, it's with the way he threw the ball tonight and his location, you could just erase the hitters. I think he would have pitched well against any team. He was down the fastball when he wanted. He was throwing the curveball down in the zone with 2 strikes. He was backdooring that little breaking ball. And I think he reached into his bag of tricks and came up with a little shorter breaking ball. He does throw a slider, but not as much as that curveball. I think he may have broke that out a little later as well.
Villanueva had fractured his bat, so he gets a new one. Ahead 2-1. Batting for the 3rd time tonight. Popped up foul off to the right. Up high, 3-2. Changes for Dave Roberts as Clay Bellinger, his dad, Cody Bellinger, is in the game at first base.
I've done that before.
In the air, foul off to left out of play. Moving from first base to right field is Kike Hernandez. Actually, I'm not sure about that. It's like Verdugo is in right. Hernandez is in left. Verdugo is in right. Foul back to our right. Recent Dodgers no hitters. Got to go back to 2014. Played Kershaw June the 18th. Josh Beckett May the 25th of 14. Nomo back in 98. Towards left field, and Kike Hernandez almost lost on the lights. It's actually Peterson.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. Well, now the Dodgers are, I mean, looking for the win, but you know, combined no-hitter, right? There's always a possibility. Hopefully somebody from the Padres breaks that up. Get on the board and then get a big hit. Get on the board at least.
Rodoro showing bunt, pulls it back. So Jock Peterson is in left. Looks like Hernandez is in center and Verdugo is in right. I think we got it figured out. Took a little while.
Yeah, I was a little confused there as well.
It's kind of like a spring training game here.
I'm right there with you, partner.
One out in the 7th. Frenchy Cordero has reached. He walked in the second, struck out swinging in the fourth inning. Tony Cingrani comes on for Walker Buehler. Cut that off a little short. 2-2. Cingrani was about to deal but backed off. And very fortunate here as far as precipitation goes. Rain through the first few innings, but has been precipitation free the rest of the night so far.
So once again, my app was wrong. It said 100%
at 10 o'clock. And it's 10:33 here our time in Monterey.
I think maybe
Cordero apparently got him.
Yeah.
Thought it got the bat, but I guess not.
Cingrani wants to go. Ooh.
Umpires getting together here. He just called a foul ball, didn't say he was a hit batter. So we'll see. Paul Navarro, the trainer, out there checking on him. Danny Green. They're going to challenge this. They were not calling it a hit batsman. So the umpire's going to take a look.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. He was, in essence, starting to swing the bat, right? If that's an offer and it hits him, that's a strike.
It's a strike.
It's, in my opinion, it's different than coming back, right? And then hitting.
Pretty sure he called it a foul ball, was the call that he made. Umpires are together and on the headsets. Mark Wagner, first base umpire.
Wow. And you know what? His hand is over the knob. You see that? His pinky is over the knob of the bat.
Umpire throws the hands up. Indicate a foul ball, and it is a foul ball. So Cordero's got to get back and swing the bat again. Padres lose the challenge.
Yep.
2-2 the count. One out here in the last of the seventh inning. And that's a little bit low. Ball 3. Rafi Lopez waiting on deck for San Diego. Ball 4 and Cordero able to work a walk anyway. Breaks up a string of 11 in a row retired by Dodgers pitching. And that'll bring up Rafi Lopez.
Be sure to stay tuned after Padres Live, the postgame show for Padres POV right here on Fox Sports San Diego. Padres insight from every which way. Get you to know the Padres a little bit more. That's after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
One out, one on. Throw to first, and back safely is Cordero. Lopez recalled on Tuesday while the Padres were in San Francisco. Started the year with the Padres. Was on the team from the 28th until the 30th, but was sent to El Paso on March 30th. Made just one plate appearance. Drew a walk on opening day against the Milwaukee Brewers. Seems like a long time ago. Throw over closer that time. Cordero just back. First Padre ever to wear the number 0. You remember Jack Clark wore the number 00.
I remember when Benito Santiago wore 09. Figure that one out. That was kind of odd. Adam Ottavino wears number 0 for the Colorado Rockies. I would think he would have 00 for a bookend.
O's on either side.
Correct.
I kind of like that myself.
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of cool to have O's on either side. Drops in there for a strike. And the wave lined out to left. Cordero walked, and now 3-1 to Rafi Lopez. That's ball 4. So back-to-back walks here by Tony Cingrani all of a sudden. Well, join us tomorrow for game 2, the middle game of the 3-game series. Ryan Mitchell on the hill for the Padres, looking for his first win in a Padres uniform against Kenta Maeda. 2-2 with 3.76 earned run average. Maeda and Mitchell. Game 2 of the series of the Mexico series from Monterrey. We'll play day baseball on Sunday. This series wraps up from Monterrey.
Well, the Padres need to get something going right here. They need a little broken bat single down the line, maybe a gapper. At least get on the board.
In there for a strike. Caesar 0 for 2, and a liner down the left field line. It'll be a foul ball. Very close down that left field line. A broken bat for Caesar.
That's what I was talking about. Matt Caesar needs a new shillelagh. Fractured that bat.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
First look thought it was going to get in, but
yeah, he's got such a short, quick stroke, Matt. He can turn on the inside fastball and spray something to all fields.
that'll drop in for strike 3, and Caesar is out number 2 of the 7th inning. 9 strikeouts for Dodgers pitching.
The backdoor breaky ball from Tony Cingrani.
First and second, 2 down, and Freddie Galvis coming up. 0 for 2. He's flat out to center and struck out swinging. Both pens are busy right now. The Padres batting here in the last of the 7th inning. Chopper up over the mound towards second. Utley will tag the bag, and that will be that in the 7th inning. Dodgers have a 4-0 lead. All right, thanks very much, Mike, as we roll along here to the 8th inning. And leading it off, Yasmani Grandal against Makita. And a 1-2-3 7th inning, back out there for another inning. Grandal will lead it off, then we'll see Utley and Farmer scheduled to bat in the inning for LA. Padres shifting on the right side of the infield. Combined no-hitter right now for the LA Dodgers through 7 innings. The combination of 6 hitless innings from Walker Buehler and Tony Cingrani an inning. They have walked 5 in this game, but so far the Padres are without a hit. Grandal 0 for 3. Bounced into a double play in the first, struck out looking in the third, and grounded out to short in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 3 for Kazuhisa Makita since coming into the game.
Well, he looks very, very sharp. 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work in the 7th. Now with Grandal, outside corner, perfectly placed, little rise action there, pitching uphill.
So 1 down, 4 in a row, retired by Makita. Chase Utley tripled his first time up pinch hitting in the 6th inning. Here he is in the 8th. Down the left field line and headed towards foul ground and the seats. Grounder. Makita's got it off the first base side of the mound. His throw kind of surprised Hosmer a little bit there, but he recovers and makes the catch for out number 2. Arco top tier plays and a couple of home runs for the Dodgers. They go back to back. Home run for Chris Taylor with 2 outs in the second inning in the raindrops, followed by a home run by Kike Hernandez. Lightning struck twice in that second inning for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Joey Lucchesi getting hit on the fastball, the poorly located fastballs, and the Dodgers turned on them for the home runs. And he had quite a turnaround, keeping his team in the game, only trailing by 3.
Kyle Farmer fouls one off to the right out of play, and it's 0-2. This crowd is having a blast here tonight. Popped up. Back comes Lopez, but no play into the seats. Makita's retired all 5 Dodgers he's faced is coming into the game. Grounded by the mound towards short. Galvis has got it. Throw to first in plenty of time, and it's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Makita. To the bottom of the 8th, 4-0 LA. Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. Earlier today, Fan Fest here in Monterrey, Mexico. The Friar was out. A lot of Padres fans out at Fan Fest. Join this Mexico series. New pitcher on for the Dodgers. They've not given up a hit through the first 7. It's on to the 8th, and Yimi Garcia into the game.
He was recalled, that is, prior to yesterday's contest, AAA Oklahoma City. First game since April 22nd, 2016. Pitched a lot in Oklahoma City, OKC, AAA affiliate for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Manuel Margot leads it off here in the 8th. Well, last time a combined no-hitter took place was September of 14. Phillies and Braves. Hamels, Diekman, Giles, and Papelbon combined on a no-hitter. Dodgers have not had a combined no-hitter. Travis Jankowski has come out on deck. He would pinch hit in the spot of Makita.
So
2-2.
So Dave Roberts going righty, lefty, righty now with a very live arm. Yimi Garcia. Singrani, he pitched well. Thought the Padres had a chance to do something to at least get on the board. I mean, this kid can get it up 95 miles an hour.
Margot strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. That is 10 strikeouts for Dodgers pitching in the game. It's 1 out here in the 8th, and Travis Jankowski coming up, and a look at the K on Margot.
And once again, he gets beat on the fastball.
Travis coming off the bench here, pinch hit for Padres reliever Makita. And takes strike 1. And kind of surrounded the plate, looked like grabbed the corner. Action in the pen, Phil Maton warming. Actually more watching than warming. Oh, 0-2. Bottom dropped out of that.
Yeah, he'll throw that slider along with that 4-seam fastball. Very rarely a changeup. Pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher. Fastball up.
Change the eye level here. And Jankowski bloops one foul back of the Dodgers dugout.
You know, Don, I'm looking down in the stands, and I don't think anybody's left their seat. I mean, it's
they're
still
hanging in.
Yeah, they're hanging in there. I mean, sure, there are some seats here and there that are empty, but I'm telling you, a lot of the people have stayed, weathered the storm.
Sat through heavy rain.
Yes, they did.
Jankowski to short. Taylor in the backhand throw is good, and the inning is 1 out away from being over. Jankowski retired 6-3. It's now 7 2/3 of no-hit pitching for LA.
This is a nice play by Taylor in the backhand because Jankowski can really pick him up and put him down. It's very close at first base. That was a nice play. So 1 more to go.
Jose Perella now bats with 2 down in the 8th inning. There's strike 1. Perella struck out in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, and then grounded out to short in the 6th inning. I've never seen a combined no-hitter.
I have. It's kind of you know what, and when it happened, I didn't realize it happened.
Were you broadcasting?
No, as a player.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Could happen while you're broadcasting. That's not good.
Oh no, I know when there's a no-hitter going on. Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
It was in Atlanta, 1991. In fact, Otis Nixon didn't even know it happened because he caught the last out and threw the ball in the stands. It was Kent Merker, Alejandro Pena, Mark Wohlers, I believe. 1991. May have been another pitcher in there.
Perella fouls it off to the right out of play. So Garcia's come in, got Margot to strike out, got Jankowski to ground out to short. 2 down in the 8th. Swing and a miss, elevating, and Perella strikes out. Dodgers have not allowed a hit through 8 innings as we head to the 9th with LA on top 4-0.
Viva Villa, Christian Villanueva, 0 for 3. The homecoming, the kid from Guadalajara, trying to do well tonight. But hey, every Padre hitter has struggled this evening. No hits. And Joey Sequeda and Fuego. Joey Fuego, stay hot, right? Well, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. He did bounce back after that first and second inning. 1 in the first, 2 home runs in the second, and then shut him down in the third, the fourth, and the 5th.
Phil Maton into the game now for the Friars.
Well, like the other relievers for the Padres, got to hold them. Simber did a nice job. Makita, 2 solid innings. Now Phil Maton, his 12th game. Very nice numbers. More strikeouts in innings pitched and a minuscule .82 ERA for Phil Maton.
Alex Verdugo doesn't get cheated on his swings. He takes some pretty healthy hacks. One for 3 with an RBI in this game. Maton, the 4th arm used by the Padres. This one on the ground to third. Villanueva's off balance throw is going to be late. Infield hit. Villanueva charging in on a long throw, couldn't get much on it. And Verdugo beats it out for a base hit to begin the 9th inning.
This is a classic case of Verdugo getting a fastball in his kitchen. He hit that ball down below the label. Very late, but kept it fair. And with the way Villanueva was playing at third base, there's no way they're going to get him at first. He will gladly take that hit. They're hard to come by.
So lead runner on for LA in the 9th inning, and here's Jock Peterson. Padres shift, but they keep it tight to the infield. The double play possibility. A nice job by Makita tonight. Faced 6 batters, retired them all. 3 by way of the K.
Very sharp tonight. One fly ball, 2 outs on the ground, and as you mentioned, 3 by way of the K.
Inside out swing and a foul off to the left out of play. As Peterson down 0-2. Padres do not have a hit tonight, but they got Hosmer, Villanueva, and Cordero scheduled in the bottom of the ninth. Hit well to deep right center field. Back goes Margot. Almost to the track out there as he makes the catch for out number 1. One on, one out.
I thought this ball had a chance to maybe get a little deeper than it was, but before the track, ball just kind of died out there in right center field.
I'm with you. One out, runner at first, and Cody Bellinger coming up. Throw to first and back safely is Verdugo. Swing and a miss for Bellinger. Came in defensively at first base. Bats for the first time. .288 start to his season, 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. He was recently benched by manager Dave Roberts after not running out a few balls in the Giants series.
Yeah, I remember that ball to Triple's alley. The Dodgers were down, and he pulled up for the double. And but I guess it went a little deeper than that, from what I understand.
There were a couple.
Yeah. And hey, Dave Roberts has done it before with Yasiel Puig, right?
Mm-hmm. Verdugo with the infield hit. Peterson flied out to center, 1 on, 1 out. Padres shifting on Bellinger as they did Verdugo and Peterson. 2-2. That seems to be the recipe against Bellinger.
Down and in.
Yeah.
Breaking ball. We saw that during the playoffs and World Series last year. You bet. And Don, you know as well as anybody, the word travels quickly, right? It's just a matter of pitchers can execute that pitch. And the deeper you get into the playoffs and the World Series, well, you know what? Your pitchers are executing.
Payoff pitch to Bellinger. Runner goes. Bellinger, it's a little bloop over the mound. In comes Galvis with a good play. Fires to first base and is able to get Bellinger 6-3. Verdugo takes second base. Just a little soft liner up over the head of Maton. Couldn't get it. Galvis does, charging in and throws out Bellinger.
Such a great play by Freddie Galvis. And he makes it look so easy and smooth. That's a play any pitcher will appreciate. Got in on him. No chance for Phil. Now, you know, this ball's going to have some funky spin on it as well. Freddie on the fly.
This will get away from Lopez. Kicked off his chest protector. And to third goes Verdugo. Wild pitch from Maton. Another run potentially 90 feet away now for the Dodgers. Kind of rounded it. Mm. 2-0.
I like that aggressiveness for a runner because you don't know where that ball's going to bounce, and you could take 2 bases if the catcher doesn't get to that ball quickly.
Some stadiums that have so much room in foul ground, you can do that. Certainly Oakland being one of them.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount of foul ground here.
No, these fans are right on top of the action.
Maton has fallen behind here, 3-0 to Chris Taylor. Swinging 3-0 is Taylor. This one skied in the infield, right side. Perella makes the catch that sends us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Dodgers flirting with a no-hitter tonight. And the combined no-hitter through 8 innings so far for the LA Dodgers. As the starter, Walker Buehler went 6 hitless innings. Tony Cingrani 1 inning. Yimi Garcia 1 inning. And it has been impressive along the way. 11 strikeouts for Dodgers pitching.
Yeah, a lot of the strikeouts for these Dodgers have been going up and out the strike zone. We've seen that before against these San Diego Padres with 1 more inning to go. So Dave Roberts has gone righty, lefty to try to finish this one out.
Liberatore into the game here for the Dodgers and delivers with strike 1 to Eric Hosmer. Liberatore had been up earlier and now into the game. Eighth appearance, a 3.60 ERA. Hosmer fights it off and is down 0-2.
Well, he's done well this year, holding hitters to a 225 average. Lefties only 212 off of the left-hander from the Dodgers.
Got Hosmer, Villanueva, and Cordero. June 3rd of '95, they broke up a Pedro Martinez no-hit possibility in the 10th inning. Foul back again. crowd is still very much here.
Yep. And the Padres need base runners. Walk, bloop, blast, something to get going.
Hosmer strikes out for out number 1 of the 9th inning. Strikeout number 12 for Dodgers pitching on the night.
Liberatore going out of the zone again on that breaking ball. Down below the knees.
One out for Christian Villanueva. 0 for 3 tonight in his home country of Mexico. Striking out, lining out twice. Dribbled foul, 1-1. Buehler hoping the Dodgers bullpen here can wrap things up for him and grab his second major league win. Came in at 1-0 with a nifty 1.80 earned run average and gave up no runs, gave up no hits.
You know, with the, should I say, plethora of injuries the Dodgers have had, especially when you talk about starting pitching and Ryu being gone now, who knows how long. I mean, to have an arm like Buehler in the rotation, that's got to put a smile on Dave Roberts' face, no doubt.
Huge addition.
After all, it's about picking up slack. It's guys getting opportunities. And I think after seeing Buehler for the first time, he has that X factor, that he's got some guts, right?
That's a strike and it's a full count. In the wave it now, Cordero on deck. Padres batting in the bottom of the 9th inning. Villanueva hits one high in the air to shallow left. Peterson coming in for out number 2 of the 9th inning. Got under that, 2 away.
Looked like an off-speed pitch out in front of it. He one-handed it. That barrel working underneath that pitch and easily camped under his Jock Peterson.
So 2 down in the 9th inning brings up Franchy Cordero. He's been on twice, both times walking. Dodgers have a combined no-hitter going tonight through 8 2/3 innings. Ball 1. Buehler, Cingrani, Garcia, now Liberatore. Ball 2, 2-0. That's a strike, 2-1. Padres have had 2 base runners reach second base. Nobody's been to third in this game. And nobody has a hit for San Diego with 2 outs in the 9th. It'll take something for the Padres to continue here from Franchy Cordero.
Let's go, Franchy! Let's go, Franchy!
2-2. This will bring him to their feet. in Monterey. Two-two pitch. Cordero strikes out, and the Dodgers have combined to no-hit the San Diego Padres in Monterey tonight. Buehler, Cingrani, Garcia, and Liberatore have combined for a no-hitter. 2 strikeouts in the 9th inning for Liberatore in the final out.
And once again, it was a fastball up and out of the zone. It seems to be the recipe for all the strikeouts on the fastballs tonight out of the Dodger pitcher's hands to the San Diego Padre hitters.
Dave Roberts' team has no-hit the San Diego Padres tonight in Game 1 of the Mexico series in Monterey. 23rd no-hitter in franchise history for Los Angeles. Liberatore getting the job done, closing the door on the Padres in the 9th. Had 3 more outs to get, and he got him. Final score 4-0 LA in the no-hitter. Time for Padres Live. Mike Pomeranz, what's in store?